Entering weekly strategy pot. Entering regular season week 11 screen. Defend keep pass. Entering regular season week 11 screen. Entering regular season week. Entering weekly strategy regular season week 11 screen. You have 4 options. Weekly gun plan goal is selected. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen. Play season game is selected. Home you have 4 play full game. Entering team select screen. The Indianapolis Colts, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll get to see the Eagles' versatile running back. He's riding high after last week, over 250 yards on the ground. It's the Eagles and the Colts, coming up next.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Entering play call speed.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed. Take with the defense.
Entering franchise screen, you have 9 options. Resume is selected.
And then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Eagles at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Entering play call. Go speed dig. RPO zone P. Flanker spot.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. But look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, Getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're sixes.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. This defense for the Colts, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They go play action. It's McNabb.
Square button.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
So now the Colts backed up to start their initial drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers for him from a week ago, 16 carries, 76 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up and downfield.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all. They 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to about the 30, 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
Entering play ball.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 41 yards rushing so far. This is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking to throw. May finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they're coming a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked in terms of the size.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called a couple of more times.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Darrell Henderson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6
So after the
options.
touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in to get it done a 2nd time.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's the tight end. It's your wide receivers. Everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job. They'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories
on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal forthcoming as he takes this down to about the 5-yard line. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They're really moved around on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Colts defense comes up with a goal line stand. These two teams, the Eagles and Colts, the two best rushing teams in the NFL in 2021 a season ago. The Eagles, maybe a surprise to many that they were number 1 last year. Of course, they got a lot of rushing yards from their quarterback that helped them. And the Colts, with Jonathan Taylor, they were number 2. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run once more with Taylor. And that is going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close, so maybe they can keep it on the ground. Start to go through the air as much. No gain on the play there on 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
This offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Entering play call, coach, mesh spot, AHP base. Puck crossers. Inside zone. Puck crossers.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Inside zone.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 109 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are Y stick, AHD zone, stick and nod, inside, stick and nod.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McNabb. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him for the 3rd and 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 options. FD dive is selected.
Here we go.
Going for it with Sanders. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. They'll try to run this one in. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is now 2.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Throwing to start the drive. May. This one completes Alec Pierce. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. May. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. May. He'll get this one to Pittman.
Entering play
He'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Back to throw. May. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There's pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
This is brought in at the 21. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment.
And call to now this way.
Do get him down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 83 HB double, 83 HB choice, double post. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle
On
button.
first down, it's McNabb.
Square button.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
Entering call to now this way.
This down near the 35-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Coach suggestions. There are 9. Why say all? Please hot and go. Play formation. There are special teams. Field goal. There are 5 categories.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will push the lead up to 12-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
He'll take the knee in the final couple seconds. Will tick by in this first half. So we come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown reception. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that one is at halftime as they've got the lead over the visiting Detroit Lions. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in that first half. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this lead at halftime. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they didn't have quite the same kind of success running the football, but still, not bad for one half of play. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Throw it medium. Throw it. Blitz counter. Defend medium. Defend deep pass.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, May. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Entering play call, suggestions,
third down, and they pick up the first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. To throw on second down, May. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Looking to throw. May. That's complete to Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And they're going to move it down the inside the 25.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun on third down, May. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him, and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On first and 10, May. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley Cox from 10 yards out. And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful. And it pushes the lead out to a field goal. So they make the decision. They got a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? Will be the challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Circle button.
McNabb to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's McNabb. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
141 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
Circle button. Square button.
Now it's McNabb.
Cross button. Square button.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 45-yard line. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a second and 2.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Ahead of the chains now, second and 2.
Triangle button. Cross button. Square button. Cross button. Triangle button.
A play fake. Now McNabb.
Triangle button. Cross button.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Throwing to start the drive. May. And that's caught left side by Malari Cox. Finding room in midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10. Operating from the gun. May. That's going to be caught by Ali Cox. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Throwing on first down. May. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Entering play call. Stick. AHDWM.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Entering play clock space.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Entering play call. Coach Flood.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. McNabb. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have taken a 4th quarter lead. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp.
Entering
They came
play
back to
call.
fight them right there.
Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They give to Taylor out of the gun, and he'll scratch out on the yard to the 32. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Line of scrimmage to 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. May. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. The 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Harris Campbell, 63 yards. And the Colts answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were looking for this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Entering play call, special teams.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Square button. Cross button. R1 button.
1st and 10, McNabb.
Triangle button. Cross
And that
button.
one into the hands of Brown downfield. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
There are 9 categories. You have 3 options. HB inside zone is selected. Cross button. Square
To
button.
throw, McNabb.
Triangle button.
And that is incomplete. Now the
Entering
coverage a
play
little
call.
too good there. And it's second down.
Circle button.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
R1 button. Triangle button.
Now McNabb.
Triangle button. R1 button.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. Predictions. Shot crosses.
And the question now, can they get closer on third down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder.
Cross button. R1 button.
And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns and trying to help their cause. But in this case, he does get us a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
The kick by Elliott is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. On first down, May. The toss here completed to Pittman. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
There are 7 categories.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. May. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is taken at the 23. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over a 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
Slants. AHD stretch. Slants.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes other guys make a play against you. What's that expression I like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, and colleges say, hey, they're on scholarship too in the NFL. They're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion was way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Throwing to start the drive. May. That's Bourne. Got it on the slant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. A tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think they let this drive a little bit better than partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. This is 3 plays, 3 first downs.
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down here.
And Alton out is
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half.
Rodrigo Blankenship with an important one.
This for the lead in the final stages.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game.
Entering coaching. Pop-up Ned depth chart is select. Entering depth chart SL PR cost selected. KR selected. Slot 5 slot 4 slot 3 slot 2 slot 1. Entering
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot.
Taking it right down Broadway. 30. 10. And he's going to take it all the way into the end zone. What a return, and they've taken the lead.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
So the Colts now down by 4. And time, a huge factor. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Options. Overstore Rave is selected.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who is shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And he wisely will throw that one
Entering
away.
play call, coach
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie. Maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback, because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 6 options. HD inside zone is selected.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. And they take a knee.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 42 yards.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Eagles, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, It's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh
Entering
Steelers.
post-game screen, you have 5 options. Finish game is selected. Entering player upgrades, you have 7 options. Upgrade is selected. Man, zone, man-to-man, zone. You have 6 options. Overview is select. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. News. Top stories. Eagles outlast Colts 2. Unstoppable Browns meet immovable Bills. Broncos defend home field in Week 11. McNabb may center stage in Indianapolis. Home you have player view. Advance week. Home you have 2 options. Next week is selected. Manage staff is selected. Manage team. News. Top stories. Darnold and Foreman 1 points versus Broncos. Week 12 brings New York reaction. Matt Miller at MMI. Jonathan Cook. Charles Davis at CDAVISEA. Home you have a play season game is selected. Overall ranks. Offensive ranks. Defensive ranks. New league enter league history schedule. Entering schedule screen. You have 3 entering week 14 week 13 week 14 week 15 week 13 week 12. Entering schedule screen. You have 3 options. Team schedule is selected. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen league. New home you have 8 options. Players ready to negotiate is selected. Play season game is selected. Entering weekly strategy pop. Entering regular season week 12 screen. Entering regular season week 12 screen. Entering regular season week. Entering weekly strategy regular season week 12 screen. You have 4 options. Weekly gun plan goal is selected. Brandon. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen home. Manage roster is home. You have 8 depth chart. Entering depth chart screen. 5 rows 32 column. Deselect K depth 1. Depth 5. Depth 5. Depth 4. Depth 3. Depth 2. Depth 1. FSC hold selected. Depth 1. MLB selected. Hold select. Depth 1. Depth 2. Depth 1. ML Load selected. DT Depth 1. Depth 3. Depth 1. Race Depth 1. Depth 2. Depth 3. Depth 2. Depth 2. Depth 1. Depth 2. Depth 3. Depth. 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 Depth 1. Selected. Depth 1. Depth. 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 Depth 3. Depth. Entering entering franchise hub screen. Play season game. Home you have 4 play full game. Play full game. Entering team select screen. The Philadelphia Eagles, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's week 12 of the National Football League. Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers, your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Packers and the Eagles on Sunday night.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, this is a contest truly worthy, I guess you would say, calling it a showdown. We have the league's #1 passing game going up against the league's #1 pass defense. Time to decide which of the league's best is truly supreme.
And for fans who love this game, who follow the NFL, matchup like this in the regular season can't really get any better, can it? And I know it's only the regular season, but the intensity that I'm feeling so far, already like a playoff atmosphere.
Entering play call screen.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. They found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Inside zone is selected.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
But Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The Eagles at 8-2 on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, you know, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
R1 button.
It's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Coach suggestions.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away.
Options. Punt is selected.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And here comes the winner of the last 2 NFL MVP awards, Aaron Rodgers, as he brings his Packers out for their first series of the game.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A check down here to Jones. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
There are 7 categories.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he powers his way up.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
R1 button. Circle button. Circle button.
Now a 1st down throw. McNabb.
Square button.
Got him in. It's Brown.
Entering play.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Predictions. RPO zone likely to selected.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
R1 button. Triangle button. Triangle button. R1 button. R1
on
button.
1st down, it's
Triangle
McNabb.
button. Cross button.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Offense was moving a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Square button. R1 button.
Second down,
Circle
McNabb.
button.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 12 carries, 52 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
From the 40 now on second down. Rodgers, and a little floater there is incomplete. It's defense for the Eagles. They were excellent a week ago over Indianapolis.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Now Rodgers. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. Second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right off the 53. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Rodgers again now. And that nearly intercepted. That's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number 1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
R1 button.
To throw on second, McNabb.
Square button.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Entering play
Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Pocket slot cross.
We're scoreless after 1. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
AHD base. Smash return.
Here we go.
R1 button. Square button. Cross
McNabb
button.
to throw.
Cross button. Triangle button.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's McNabb. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers was only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Rodgers going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles will have solid field position as they take over at the 45-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there on 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Preston Smith there on the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more,
tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And here's Jones again on second down. And he's going to take this close to the first down markers. He stopped at the Eagles' 29. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 20. That's all. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
There are 7 categories.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
There are 7 categories.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense is really throwing around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Let's have to come up with something else before they try to get this running game going.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. 1st and goal from the 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz at me.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Square button. R1 button. Square
To throw,
button.
McNabb.
Circle button.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Entering play call.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
YSAL is selected. Square button.
From the gun, here's McNabb. Smith catches left side. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
21 categories. You have 15 options. YSAL is selected.
On 1st and 10, McNabb.
Circle
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And
entering front. Alton out is selected.
the other side of midfield at the 43. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Spacing is selected. Triangle button.
McNabb.
Triangle button.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
15 options. Slants is selected.
Now McNabb.
Triangle button.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And now to comment site, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, McNabb. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Amon-Ra St. Brown, well over 100 yards with 2 touchdown catches to boot. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Dak Prescott, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. And then finally, a Cyber Monday edition of Monday Night Football, as the final game of November is the Steelers and the Colts from Lucas Oil Stadium. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Entering gunplan adjustments screen running. Throw it keep. Blitz counter. Defend media. Defend keep pass.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Taken in at the 3 and taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are the Packers now to take over. They were losers a week ago to Tennessee, but they're on top right now as they come up here 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Packers. Robert Tonyan, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, for a tight end, he can definitely motor, and he shows off the wheels there after the catch as he's able to shake free.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch,
And then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved up the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And into the end zone, it's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Entering play call.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT.
Categories.
And it is now 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Now Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Coach suggestions.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing is Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Entering play
and remember, this drive started out following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Triangle button.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. 43 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do, like you said. Old school, smash mouth football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's McNabb.
Square button.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And
this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line.
Let's go now.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice job with that first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
McNabb's throw complete there to Smith. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2nd down, McNabb. Touchdown! Devontae Smith from 8 yards out. And the Eagles get a bit closer. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. Rodgers now to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now a first down carry by Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
There are 7 categories.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham applying the heat off the edge.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Did march to the end zone the last time
Entering
out.
play call, Coach LB Blitz 1.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
The Eagles take over the first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Entering play, Ghost wheel drag.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
You have 30 options. Angle curls is selected. Cross button.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Cross button.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
You have 9 options. Select 2 buckets.
Now it's McNabb.
Cross button. Cross button.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short, because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
McNabb to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. On first down, it's McNabb. And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again to Jones. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken right around the 44. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw on second, McNabb. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
7 categories.
Here's Rodgers. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Coach suggestions.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Rodgers to throw. They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick 6 TD.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Boy, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here this 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll be
entering. Call timeout is selected.
You're just shy of the 30.
Entering
the Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Packers, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City.
5 options. Finish game is selected. Entering player upgrades screen in. You have 6 options. Strong arm. Field general. Strong arm. Field. Strong arm. You have 5 options. Overview is entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen. Advanced view box score is selected. Home you have 2 options. Next week is selected. News. Top stories. Tale of two defenses, Bills vs. Patriots. Week 13 brings Indianapolis to Dallas. Carr and Jackson want points versus Chargers. Week 13 brings in league entering new screen. Text enter yes. Entering file saved pop. Entering weeks. Entering franchise hub screen league.